Hi everyone! In this video I will talk about how to get the most of your practice sessions. More often than not, nobody tells you how to practice and organize the time, and it could make the difference between making constant progress or just seeing some results once in a while. One of the most important things to keep in mind is that you have to find your priorities based on what you need as a musician. Now I will give you some points to check that will help you to find your priorities and goals. The first one is listening. It's one of the most important things to do. It sounds obvious, right? But it needs to be mentioned. I suggest that you check some of the most important artists and albums of the style that you want to play, analyze the grooves, and try to play them to make sure that you feel comfortable and you can make them sound good. Get familiar with the vocabulary of the style, common phrases, fills, and variations. Transcribing is a very good way to get into the details, not only to know where the notes are placed, but to be able to find patterns, characteristic things of the style, and make them part of your vocabulary. Check if you have the technique required to be able to play it nicely. This is directly connected with the vocabulary. Sometimes those kind of grooves and variations are being played with a specific motion or sound effect, therefore using a specific technique. Improve the feel by playing along to records and recording yourself. Try to get close to the feel of the original music as much as you can in order to be able to absorb it and turn it into your own playing. Ask yourself what needs that specific type of music from a drummer. How is the drummer supporting the music? Try to understand what is he or she playing and what is the purpose of those ideas. Why there is a fill on that part of the song and why there is more or less drum activity. By analyzing these things and asking yourself these questions, you will find many things to figure out and learn. Point number 2. Find your weaknesses and work on them on a daily basis. If you did the previous step, I'm sure you've found many things that can be improved, and I recommend to have a list of them to have a clear picture of which ones needs to be prioritized based on your goals and interests. Usually there are many topics that we don't want to face, things that we feel hard to learn and they are in our to-do list forever. Some of them could be, for example, feeling free playing odd times, working on the weaker hand, a certain groove that feels impossible, or improvisation in general. Try to work on one of those things that you fear the most in a regular basis and you will be surprised how they can become your strengths. Point number 3. Make a general list of areas to work on. This will save you time, energy, and will reduce stress when it comes time to look for things to study and make a plan for your routines. For example, in my list of things, I wrote the following categories: sound, groove, time, independence, technique, reading, repertoire, and improvisation. Through the years, I've been adding and choosing the exercises that help me the most to improve those areas. Point number 4. Creating a medium short-term routine. Split the time to practice in blocks to cover the areas needed. Choose the areas that you need to improve and split the time to tackle 2 or 3 topics. Think about what you would like to achieve to have a clear goal. In that regard, something that Yo-Yo Mayer said once got stuck in my head. Don't practice for hours, practice for results. There is some sort of an obsession about the amount of hours that we spend practicing, but we can get better results in less time than we think when we are focused on some areas, instead of being distracted and jumping from one thing to another, not getting deep into anything. And believe me, I've been there for too long. Point number 5. Use the time when you are not on the drums to practice things that you can improve without a drum set. For example, you can listen to music, work on subdivisions with the metronome, rudiments on the pad, you can learn songs, practice polyrhythms with the metronome, or you can try to understand how the greatest musicians are supporting the music the way they do by listening, transcribing, and getting familiar with the vocabulary. I hope that with this little guide you find a way to practice effectively. If you feel that you want my guidance for this process, consider to get one of the Patreon tiers in which I offer to create a routine based on your needs. Thank you for your support, see you in the next video and take care. Bye.